Ritesh.
Hello guys, we will be starting in guys, we will be starting in 15 minutes. Please inform all your friends to join the stream.
Hello, guys. My name is Sukhman Singh, and me and my friends are here together to talk about recruitment process for SGS Labs. So, who are we? We at SGS Labs are a bunch of designers and developers who aim to encourage the development of technology and innovation in IIT Roorkee campus by learning, sharing knowledge, and solving problems. I hope you all might have attended our intro talk, lectures, and workshops and have basic idea of what we do. But still, I'll briefly explain. We develop some open source projects to help technology foster in IIT Roorkee. Now, how are we different? We do whatever we like. We work on ideas which we come up with, and most important of all, we do almost everything. Let it be cloud development or blockchain, game development to game engine development. Developers here can explore design, and designers here can explore development if they want to. Our philosophy is constant learning. We believe there is no age or phase of life to stop learning. Here, students from all 4 years are engaged in learning because they like it and because there is a lot to learn. Same we expect from you, hunger for knowledge. We do not stick to a uniform tech stack. If we have worked on, let's say, tech stack A, for next project we'll pick up B, and so on, so that learning don't stop. We love to experiment and explore. Here in SGS Labs, we don't work as a corporate, but as an organization where people enjoy work. We give full independence to pick up work of your own interest. We work on three principles. Keep brainstorming and come up with new ideas. Keep experimenting and new technologies, and keep on learning and enjoy the process. These three principles are foundation stone of SDS Labs and our principle think, build, ship. We have incubated some great projects which are now open source for community to explore, such as Gasper, Rootex, Watchdog, Study Portal, and our own OS, Rustic OS. We also created some other projects like Beast and Play CTFs. We conduct lectures and workshop for IT Roorkee Janta to share the knowledge and grow together. Next, I'll hand over to Jolly.
Thanks for handing off the mic, Sukhman. So, as Sukhman told you initially, that SDS Labs is a collaboration of various developers as well as designers, which are passionate to build products for the world. Design as a field is not the go-to field a fresher fresh on campus looks at first per se, but design as a field has a lot of opportunities. Just like all the other fields like development, machine learning, data science, and all of those other things. Now that I have briefed you y'all about the future prospects in design, it must have sparked some curiosity in your minds about what exactly is design. So, to put it in short terms, design refers to figuring out solutions to real world problems in a creative manner. There are various subdomains of design that you all can try out and get your hands dirty with. Here at SGS Labs, we mainly focus on three broad areas of design: UI UX or product design, graphic design, as well as game design. We also hold frequent design sprints and competitions among ourselves to keep ourselves engaged in the field. Coming to our alumni base, the alumni of SDS Labs has proven to be proficient and outshining in the corporate as well as the academia world. We have alumnus base. We have our alumnus base founding ventures like Razorpay, which was also founded by the founding people of SDS Labs. The alum base has found its way working at corporate giants like FBAI Research, Microsoft Redmond, and many more. The alum has left no stones unturned in the academia world as well, with them pursuing their MS and PhDs at the top world institutions. The alum base has also found its way in the entrepreneurship world as well, with them founding successful ventures like Razorpay, Rephrase.ai, CureLink, Strello, and the most recent addition to the family being Dashwave. Now it's not all coding and designing here at SGS Labs. We also managed to squeeze some fun in between too. There are lots and lots of chapos and parties to keep you all engaged and collaborative with the team. There is an annual Rishikesh trip as well that takes place after we recruit freshers, and it's an event to look forward to. Uh, SDS Labs also has three sister groups that work collaboratively with each other, being PAG, Programming and Algorithms Group, DSG, Data Science Group, and InfoSec IITR as well. Now, I would like to invite Divyansh for continuing the talk further.
Okay, so now the question that you all have been waiting for: how to join SGS Labs? So, the recruitment procedure, there are a lot of ways through which you can land an interview at SGS Labs, some of which include syntax error, winter of code, the makers, the recruitment test, and the various competitions that are conducted by our sister groups. All of these will be followed by a rigorous interview round, which would assess your interest and capabilities. Syntax error. This is the annual hackathon conducted by SGS Labs. This year marked the 10th anniversary. It saw the participation from all over the country. You all must have heard of it if not participated in it. All of the members of the teams that won a prize in syntax error will get an interview. This is open for both developers as well as designers. Winter of Code. This is a month-long mentorship program where we invite project proposals from the first year. All the selected proposals that have been completed during the mentorship period would get an interview. This is also open for both developers as well as designers. Makers. This is one of a kind competition in which you can make and submit any project you want. If you are out of ideas, then we also provide you with a list of ideas to choose from. The deadline for makers was from 10th December to 4th January. The various competitions that are conducted by our sister groups are Noob CTF. It is a Jeopardy style CTF that is conducted by InfoSec IITR. The top three performers from this competition would get an interview with SGS Labs. Beginner's Hypothesis. This is a 2 week competition that is held on Kaggle. The top three performers from this would also get an interview. Code Blitz. This is a competitive programming competition that is organized by PAG. It is held on Code Forces. Here also top three performers would get an interview. Endgame. This is a mathematics problem competition that is held with association with PAG. It is held on ardos.sdslabs.com. Here also top three performers would get an interview. As I said, the top performers from each will be invited for the interview. Now the recruitment test. This is specially for developers. It would be held on 31st January 2024 in an online mode. It would be conducted on our very own quizzing platform Quizio that is developed by the developers as well as the designers at SGS Labs. The recruitment test would be common for both SGS Labs and PAG. It would thereby have two sections, one for SGS Labs and one for PAG. The lab, the section for SGS Labs would contain questions on general dev, which would contain questions on a wide range of topics like web development, data science, emulator, databases, etc. Do not get intimidated by these, as they won't require much prior knowledge and would have a comprehension describing the concepts behind them. Make sure to attempt the recruitment test as it is compulsory for the developers.
Now, to be recruited as a designer at SDS Labs, we don't conduct any tests per se. What we do is we roll out problem statements and ask the interested ones to propose their solutions to those statements and submit them, followed by some interviews. So, the problem statements include problems to test you on the three major areas of design that we focus on here in SDS Labs, being UI UX or product design, graphic design, as well as game design. The problem statement will have two sections. In section A, we focus on product and UI UX design as well as game design. In section B, you get to design a graphic, being graphic design. This marks the ending note of the recruitment talk. Thanks a lot, everyone, for lending your time. We have an open Discord channel where we post regular updates about the upcoming events and all sorts of things. So be sure to check that out. And you all get 15 minutes to ask any doubts if you have, and if you have missed some part of the stream as well.
Hello everyone. Just to justify that the online mode recruitment test means that you will be called in LHC and you have to give an online test on our own platform. Feel free to ask the questions in chats.
Varun, which interview are you talking about, like development or design?
The recruitment test would be offline in LHC, but on our own online portal. Like you have to come there and then you have to give it on your laptops.
There is no particular resource to prepare from the for the test, as the test would mostly be based on logical reasoning and the common aptitude required to solve basic development problems. However, if you like, you can get well versed with web development topics like HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. You can check out SDSLabs, github.com/sdslabs/recommends repository to get familiar with the resources.
No earth rovers, CP is not necessary for the test, but we will also be judging your logic and your aptitude.
Yes, app development is also there in SDS Labs. Don't worry about it.
Danish, I would say if you know HTML, CSS, JavaScript, try to focus more about learning more and making your fundamentals strong.
If you want, you can also get familiar with more advanced frameworks like React and as well as backend frameworks like Express.
Jay, according to your question, no, you don't have to learn data science for recruitment as a developer in SDS Labs, but we expect a bit of knowledge from you. You can learn about web development, or if you like, if you have done any type of development, then you can make your fundamentals strong in that.
And you are free to follow your interest. If you are interested in data science, you can pursue that as well while being recruited as a developer.
No, guys, DS is not required for the test. Will also be like whatever be the dev questions, we'll be giving you some comprehensive paragraph above them. You can read them and you can answer according to your logic.
The logical questions in the test would not be like the direct NTSC type questions. It would involve more of development skills as well. There would be mix of development as well as logic skills. But don't worry, you do not need to get intimidated. There would be a comprehension wherever necessary.
What will be asked in interview? Okay, so in interview we mostly try to judge your logic and aptitude, and if you have done anything in the past in development, then we ask questions about them and like fundamentals and the basics part of them.
Yes, if you are Aditya Jain, will alum track winners in syntax error also get direct interview? Yes, if you are a first year, then you will get an interview. Ashish asks, can we also do lectures of sister groups under SDS if recruited in labs? Yes, you can attend the lectures of all the sister groups. You will also get their resources if you want. No, you Earth Rover asks, from where can we find last year's test? You cannot have the last year's test.
We don't release previous year paper. I'm learning Flutter and Django for app development. Do I have to learn React.js and web dev basics for the test? If you know any language and if you are familiar with that, it would be easy. The test would be the questions would be quite similar to you and you can attend them. But it would be great if you learn that.
We have made the questions in such a way that you do not require the knowledge of a particular framework. However, if you have the particular how if you have development, if you have done development of any sort, you will be able to solve the questions.
RN Verma, if we have a direct interview, do we get another interview from the recruitment test? No, there is only one interview which will be happening after recruitment test. So it doesn't matter if you have interview now or then, there will be only one interview for you. But we would personally suggest you to also give a recruitment test because it would always it will increase your knowledge.
As well as your chances.
Only one chance at interview. Yes, you would be given interview one time, but there will be 2 to 3 rounds of interview. Earth rover, do tests have more than one round? No, the test is only in the recruitment test is only in one round. Is only in one round, but there will be multiple sections in that.
In HTML, CSS, JavaScript, enough for a recruitment test. The basic knowledge is required. You only need the development skills, not a particular language. However, if you want, you can explore further.
In most cases, you will be trying to judge your aptitude and your problem solving skills.
In interview, we mostly look for your interest in the field of development, as well as your past work that you have done.
And also your logic.
Basically, we want smart people. Since people are asking, would they get an interview through Global Game Jam? If your game is good enough, we will give you an interview.
And regardless of the interview, you should always give it a try. Then only you will know what is your interest. Best dude games, we just answered the question about global game jam.
अर्थ रोवर आस्क फ्रंट एंड एंड बैक एंड के अलावा डेव में क्या करना है The front end and back end is mostly for web development. However, development is not just limited to web development. There are a lot of fields. For example, you can there are emulator development, as well as there is cloud, there is blockchain development. There are a lot of fields of development. So it is not just related to, it is not just limited to front end and back end.
Um, we are sorry answering Kapalupa. Actually, the thing is, there won't be any official recruitments for second year rights. However, if you feel that you have done a lot of work and stuff, you can send in your resume via email, and we'll contact you.
For the design interview, yeah, for the design interview, we will be releasing some problem statements this week only. So be on the lookout for that. And we'll be would getting an interview for syntax error suggests that someone will get direct interviews now too. Uh, Direct interviews, no, you will be required to give the test only. But I'd suggest you should give the test too. So yeah.
Archie, if you could elaborate your question, then it would be better.
What about design vertical and what should I know to enter SDSLabs as a designer? So basically, you should know about basic fundamentals of design like color theory and then the basic layout as well. And we don't expect much from you. And basically, you need to know basics of product design and basics of a software called Figma. So you will be required to know not much, but the necessary knowledge too.
To answer Aiden's question about that, if you are late, it doesn't matter when you start or how you start. We basically are a bunch of people who are very curious about tech, and we just want to learn all there is out there. So it doesn't matter how much you know or stuff. If you start even now and you show that how you are interested and you work hard, that's all we need. We just want hardworking people who are passionate about dev.
Again, to elaborate on that, you could also just, if you are just new to development, you can start with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript as mentioned before. You could go over the SDS Labs recommends repository again. All of the resources mentioned are over there, and there are other stuff over there as well. And of course, if you have already gone through HTML, CSS, JavaScript, you could broaden your horizons by exploring other technologies like backend technologies, some front-end frameworks, even game dev.
Don't worry about the test. The test will give you all the necessary context. So even if you know nothing about dev, just reading the questions and then understanding that whatever is being explained, you can answer the questions and you can uh, make it. Don't worry. The duration will be yeah. Shreya answered that. Thank you so much.
The details will be revealed later in some time. If there are no more questions, we will end the stream in 5 minutes. Katil123 asked, if I am starting now, what should I do for recruitments? So, as mentioned before, you can go over the resources that STS Labs recommends. You can again go through topics such as HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and you can, after going through those topics, you could probably move on to some more advanced topics like backend technologies, front-end frameworks, game dev, etc. So can we attempt both PAG and STS part of recruitment test? Yes, you can attempt both PAG and STS part of the recruitment test.
Earth Rover is asking, what should I follow for mobile development? I would suggest go for React Native or Flutter for front-end mobile development, or backend you can go for Firebase or Django.
We have enough time to do both, or we have to choose one? Okay, so you will the time given will be sufficient so that you will be able to attempt both PAG and STS sections of the recruitment test. Although we recommend that you utilize your time effectively and do not waste time on questions you do not know how to solve.
Uh, Archie Ask is doing all types of design necessary for the for attempting the problem statements. I would suggest to learn the basics of all the fundamentals of design, and you will be basically judged on that only. You don't need to know much in detail. Just know the basics, and you're good to go.
Hey Ayush, you asked about that if we should have, before the interview fundamentals and stuff. See, the thing is that, again, as I mentioned, that there is no fixed criteria, like you should know this, you should know that. It's all about how curious you are about general. So, for example, let's say that there is a person who has done game dev, but doesn't have much knowledge about CS fundamentals. We in labs do all kinds of development. So, it doesn't really matter if you have expertise in one domain or another domain. Whatever you do and you know it well, that's enough for us.
Please mention about the resources again. Okay, so we have that repository on GitHub called SDS Labs Recommends. It's public, and a lot of the websites and information and details about those topics are mentioned over there. Additionally, there are a lot of free courses on YouTube. You could easily find. There's a free code camp, and we can just list a lot more. So you can find them by yourself. So you can refer to those as well.
Um, well, as you asked about, the scoring and stuff, the thing is that we do take cumulative score as well as sectional score. So let's say that you do good in CP as well as dev, or you just do well in CP. Even then, you can get an interview to labs. And then, if you do cumulatively well, let's say that in all the sections that you did well, even in that case, you will get an interview. So don't worry about it. Aditya, we actually can't really answer about back questions. So sorry about that. You can ask some senior from PAG, or contact them, or ask on their Discord server.
So there will be two sections in the recruitment paper, one for PAG and one for SDS Labs.
Um, for UI and UX, you can check out. Basically, you can check video from Bring Your Own Laptop. He teaches basics of Figma there, and learning the tool is basically enough. Basics of the tool are basically enough for learning UI UX, to start learning UI UX, and then you're good to go, I guess.
Yes, Radiant. For every sister club, there will be a recruitment talk.
Throughout really, if you it increases your chances in the cumulative score if you fail to score in the development section. We won't recommend it, but it's up to you.
Actually, Danish. So, I'm sorry for the pronunciation if I'm pronouncing it wrong. There is no fixed levels of interview. There is nothing about it. As you know, as I mentioned, we just want passionate individuals. We just want hardworking individuals, and it truly depends on how long it takes to figure that out. That are you passionate enough? Hi, I don't think so. It's Harsh, I guess. Yeah, that's the name. So anyway, you asked about that recruitment will also be going to the game dev competition. See, the thing is, Global Game Jam is an international event of which we SDS Labs conducts the Roorkee chapter. So you can submit your games and everything, and if your game is good or you have done well and stuff, we'll definitely call you for an interview. Even if it's not, it's a definite plus point to participate in competitions as they come your way because you always tend to learn more, which is something.
If you have further questions, you can ping us on Discord. We'll be happy to answer them. We will be ending the stream now in 2 minutes. You can ask any more questions right now, and we'll end the stream after that. No, there is no negative marking in the recruitment test.
I'm a cloud. Please don't slaughter. Nice username. Anyway, so anyway, we actually tend to go into all fields possible, and we also do dwell in low-level programming as well. So yeah, we do go into assembly programming and stuff. Again, it depends on the interest of people. Whatever you want, if it's related to development and if it's related to tech, you are free to do in labs.
Okay, so I think there aren't any more questions, so we will be ending the stream. Thank you all for joining the stream, and we hope you all have a nice day.